So, I'm on route to the Barford Raceway, and I see this lovely bit of scenery here. Now that could be Barnard Castle. I'm on route to Barnard Castle. There's a town I think named after it, and that might be the Barnard Castle there, I don't know, but it probably is. I'm assuming that's the village or town of Barnard Castle there. The Barford Raceway is not overly far from here, that's where I'm headed. But that's quite a view, and I thought I'd take this opportunity, stop for a moment to get a picture and a wee video footage of it as well. So I don't know where I'll put this in on the main video for the banger racing, but I don't want to miss the opportunity of at least getting a bit of footage of that. And that looks like the bangers that are on their way up to the racetrack. Yep, I think they recognise this, so that's the other one coming as well. I saw that in the travel lodge just as I was setting off. So that'll be quite sure that's actual town of Barnard Castle. So the racetrack is obviously up in that direction. It's been about 20 years since I was last at the Barnard Castle or Barford Raceway, so I better get back in the car and get my way there. Starts quite short, well, it's a bit of an hour or so, but I want to get it all checked in and that because there could be a bit of a big queue, being a busy big event. But anyway, I thought I'd get footage of that. That looked quite good, and maybe one day I'll have time to go around it and even do a separate video for it, maybe in the summer or something like that, if I'm down this way. Hello all. Okay, so I'm at the Barford Raceway for the 28th of December 2025 Christmas Blitz banger race event. It's a big banger race event. Some limited bangers, back to basic bangers, junior bangers. It's all bangers. So Barford Raceway, it's close to the English town called Barnard Castle. And I stopped on the way here to get footage of an old ruin which I think was the actual Barnard Castle. But anyway, the video is going to be sort of, I'm going to cherry pick the races because of the sheer quantity of the bangers. There's so many bangers, so I'll get like just some of the races like that, what I did when I went down to the Hednesford House Raceway Civil War, which I'll be going down actually in 2 weeks time. I just cherry picked because there's so many. But this is the first time I've been to Barford Raceway in about 20 years. So I was only really here a few times back then, but I haven't been back here since, I would say, 20 years anyway. So I can't remember where everything is here, but I'm going to go around the pits, show what's in the bangers, what's in the pits in the way of the bangers, and I'll record some of the heats because, as I say, I can't record them all because there's just too many. So it gives you a fair idea of what's happening anyway. So it's Barford Raceway. It's just a few miles away from the Barnard Castle, and let's say the unlimited bangers, which is a fine example here. It's a Volvo unlimited banger. Then you've got the back to basics as well, which is basically, as the name implies, it's still got a lot of the original stuff on it, dashboards and stuff. And then you've got, I think, junior bangers, which are the smaller ones, I think. So there's loads of cars. I don't know where to start, where to go around this. As you can see, there's ancient cars as well. So is this a Rover or a Rolls Royce? Jaguar maybe, I'm not quite sure, but it's an old car anyway. So there's a mixture of cars, modern ones. Well, actually that's vintage. These Volvos are 90s cars, they're vintage now. We've got loads of other cars. So it's quite a bit away from where I stay. I live in Dundee, so it's a good 200-mile drive for Dundee, the route I took, kind of the A68. And I spent the night yesterday. I arrived yesterday, but I've got to go home tonight because I'm working tomorrow. So, but it's a Sunday morning. Well, yeah, it's just about 11:45. It's actually just after 11. 10:30 in the morning, sorry. So it's a massive event. It's £12 to get in, which is actually alright. For such a big event, it's only £12 to get in, which is good. So, but you can just see bangers all the way up here. It's huge. So you've got a mixture of modern cars as well. And as I say, they're old modern because the Mondials are actually quite old now. I think this is a back to basics. It's still got its dashboard in it. So you've got like your Ford Mondeo, back to basics. I would think this is. Still retains a lot of its original stuff, which is what I like. The more originality, the better. It's kind of like prefer to see it that way. So they're not really that new. They're modern, but they're old. That's a 1990s car. The horn still works on that one, as you could hear. That's a back to basics. Still got its radiator and dashboard. And there's a hearse, Mr. T from Crimmins. He's come a long way because Crimmins in the North Pole. That's like up Peterhead, Fraserburgh, so they've got a good 300-mile drive. Good grief. I thought I had a long way to go. But it's good to see that they made the journey. And yeah, check this one out. This is actually really quite tidy. This is what I like, yeah. That's a Mark II Ford Focus. It's still got its wing mirrors and that on it, dashboard. 1.6. Yeah, no, that's what a banger's. That's what I like it, eh? Kind of originality I like, eh? Yeah, dashboard and that on it. That's just like my dad's old car. This is how I like it, eh? Kind of original.
In better condition than that.
Yeah. Originality I like, yeah. Still got the Ford key with the Z-Tech 1.6. That's such a familiar dash. I think this is the spec up from my dad's, or is it? My dad was it back. This is a Sport. My dad's was a Sport. So the juniors. I think the micros are the junior bangers, eh? Yeah, I think they are. Yeah. Aye. Oh, aye. Volvo, they're popular. They're solid cars.
I don't know whether that's...
See that in there? That 110. That's a Mark. That's a Volvo 240. That's the predecessor. 114 is a Volvo 240, I think, or 340 or something.
I think both of them are 240s.
240s, yeah. Yeah, they're 80s, late 70s. Yeah, they're old cars. There's just so many bangers here, I just cannot keep up with the amount of them. I'm not going to bother counting because it's just too many to count. This is what I like. Plenty of bangers, lots of good action. And it's like the Civil War did it head, so they've got a massive event as well. This is how banger racing should be. Yeah, just chock a block full of bangers. What's about this? But yeah, there's just loads and loads and loads of stuff. Bangers still coming in the beginning. Yeah. Bit of a limousine down there as well, that Barnard limousine.
He's doing it at Wharton.
Oh, alright. I've not been down to Wharton yet. Sit and see one. Bloody heck, it's really a bit of a beating that one. This is more like it, a big Jagger, I think. Oh, V6. I think it's a V6. Or is that just a tilted engine? No, it's a V8. No, V6. It's 3 coil packs on there. Ah, three coil. Ah, it's a V6. Ah, yeah. I thought that would be the number of coil packs on and then 2 packs. Front wheel drive?
Yeah, front wheel drive, yeah.
That's it. Back to basics.
Front wheel drive?
So this is still got its original driveline, engine, dashboard. It's a V6 and a front wheel drive for a big Jaguar, and it's the back to basics class. So that's going to be quite interesting to see. Lots of debris and stuff. A big V6 engine in there, but it's all the auxiliary still in its place. All the
Is it? Right.
It's like an ice rink.
All your sub-component, your reservoir, screen washing, all that's still there. Original radiator, air conditioning, condenser. That's what I like. More carbon. See, you've got the wing mirrors still on it as well. So we're going to, on the way up, it still stretches up there. Before I go up that way, I'm just going to show you what the track looks like. There's an entrance to the track here. I mean, it's 20 years since I was here. I was here a few times back then, in 2004, 2005, but 2005 I think was the last time I was here. And I can't remember all the bits. I do remember the track was kind of a bit of a different shape. I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, right. This is what it was like. God, it's been ages since I was here. A long time. So there's I think that's Junior Banger perhaps. The actual raceway. So this is the actual what the raceway arena looks like. It won't get busier obviously, it's just still early days yet. Yeah, it feels actually a wee bit different to what I remember, because this bit here I think was used to be closed off. It was only the bit from there all the way around to about where that wire is, and you couldn't get to this particular part if I remember right. Bear in mind things have changed in 20 years, but it's going to be pretty busy as well, so the viewpoint, I've got to maybe get on the embankment. I just have to see how close I get to the action, what spaces are available when the races start. So yeah, it was a long time since I was here. But I don't know if the asked maybe where some of the stairs, I'm sure you couldn't get right round it if I remember right. So they've definitely changed it, because of that bit there you weren't able to get right round. So that's something that I was a bit disappointed at that time that I couldn't do that. That's how I remember it. But it seems like you can get right the way around the track now, which is a good thing. But yeah, I'll have to verify that with them. But I definitely remember that. This is basically what the Barford track looks like. So there's just the sort of view of what it's like. So I'm just kind of like calling back on myself as well, just remembering a wee bit about it myself. So might have been no, but I still think it was the bit of that I couldn't get around. But there was that bit there where the fencing is, you can't get around that bit. But I thought it was a lot further. I thought it was just tarmac area. Yeah, so all this bit here was, because I remember you can't get around that bit. I thought there was a lot more. So I'd have to find somebody that was old enough that it looks as though it'd been there 20 years ago and probably remember. It'd have to be at least probably 20, so it'd be someone that had worked in here all that time. But it's just how I remember it. It's just a wee bit different. But anyway, I'm going to continue on round. I do believe in the phenomenon called the Mandela effect, by the way. I just had to mention that. I don't want to go on about it on this video, but do your own research, come to your own conclusion regarding it. But it could be that. I don't rule that out because I've experienced many of the Mandela effects, and it might be one of those. But anyway, that's for another video. I've went on and I'll continue exploring that phenomena, but just not just now. But I will plug things that I do want to refer back to myself, and that I have reference so I could think back on that later. But it does seem a bit different that way. But anyway, back into the pits now, and I'm going to have a look round. And so I've reached up to this point. I'm going to go up there and I'll see what's up this direction. So we got this Jag here, sporty one, nice one. Tidy machine. And then you've got, I think this is the perhaps the junior bangers and back to basic bangers in this bit of the area. So this one's kind of like had part of the dashboard removed. Spare wheel, space saver spare wheel on it. So you've got some pretty big machines as well, and back to basic. Mondial over here. It's a Mark 1 Ford Mondial, which are very rare now on the roads. It's extinct from the roads really, but when you see it in the banger racing, it's still fairly modern like. To give you a bit of an overview, I think I've reached the top of the pitting area. The track's over there on the right, and you can see how far down it stretches. There's traffic still getting in, waiting to get in. It's busy a bit. Tidy machine as well, Ford Puma. Ford Focus, 59 plate. G-Tech is a diesel, I think, or turbo diesel. There's that Focus state. And this is the furthest up in the pits here, this Barnard car. I'm not quite sure, it's back to basics. Not quite sure what model this one is. I'm sure the viewers might know what model of car this is. It's Volvo V70. I should have known that actually, because Volvos were in. Yeah, I would have known actually if I'd looked at it a bit further. It would have come to me eventually. It's a Volvo V70. Solid cars. So that's as far as up as the pits go. It's as far the top of the pits here, isn't it? So I'm just going to work my way back down. And that's the car that had the spare wheel in the back that I passed earlier. That's a Mark IV Astra that's just in front of me now. You should know this model because I used to own one. It's got a light at the back here. But yeah, I used to own a Mark IV Astra. It was the car I had before my current Skoda Octavia that I have. I had a black 1.4 Ecotech engine, Mark IV Astra. So she's got the wee cars as well. I think they'll probably be junior bangers or something, or stroke back to basic junior bangers. I'm not sure. I mean, that car might even contend with that big 104 car as well in the back to basics. I'm not 100% sure of the format, but it's going to be a lot. As I say, I'll just cherry pick the videos. I won't be able to record them all. But it's just to give you an idea what it's like, what's going on. And as I say, I'll get some videos. Probably the first videos, the first race of each of them. And the big ones are at the end, the DVDs and stuff. So, cutting the tow bar off that, I think. So they might have to remove the tow bar. They might not allow tow bars on them, I'm not sure, but it looks like it's angle grinding the tow bar off it. So, just basically making my way back down to the start, and then next footage will be the actual, some of the banger race footages that I'll just cherry pick and just probably the ones that haven't raced. There's going to be like half formats and everything, so quite a lot. So that was the banger that I saw at the Travel Lodge just as I was setting off from the Scots Corner Southbound 1. Saw this coming in for petrol as I was leaving to make my way here. So there's some Ford Mondeo Mark I road going car. That's what they look like in the road going version. That's very rare to see these, but that's what the Ford Mondeo Mark I looks like. So like the Ford Sierra, it's the Ford Mondeo that replaced the Ford Sierra. Both the cars have aged really well. They look modern, they're good cars, robust, abundant, there's loads of them, loads of them. But you rarely see them on the roads these days. So it's not too bad at this side. You've got a wee bit of a viewing area because of the embankment. It goes up quite steep, so you get a bit of a bird's eye view at this side. So it's been a long time, but I thought there was a lot more of the track that was not available over at that side, but it just seems to be mainly at that bit there. So that's a bit obviously you can't get to, but I recall it being a lot more. I thought, yeah, that's straight. There was a bit from the pit gate to about halfway along there. It was. I still have to verify that later, but I'm quite sure there was a lot more that was inaccessible. So I'm quite a camber, I'm a bit of a brace, so at least I'm going to get a bit of a view, because if people standing in front, I'm going to be higher up to see over them to get a good view of the track for recording, which is an advantage. So it's still going to be overly long now. So the track definitely seems a bit smaller than the likes of Loch Gelly and the racewalk. Seems that way anyway, which means it's going to be quite interesting. There's going to be much more density, which means the collisions are going to be much more likely to happen. So yeah, the track does seem smaller. As I say, there are a lot of cars on a small track can only equal more crashes because there's less room, it's going to be more densely packed. So I think they would have, 20 years ago, would have been standing probably as near as possible to the accident, so probably would have been on this side. But I'll vary around, I'll do the damage report as well, as much as I can. So we're going to get a bite to eat, it's going to be starting soon enough. So the drivers are just going out for the briefing, briefing. So just before the race, all the Barnard race drivers go out for a briefing, and that's about 11:30 now. So. So the traffic's still queuing up to get into the arena. There's still queues of cars still waiting to get in.
Years ago. Since that point, still has the driving course, the high shot almost the sport, and also just England. It is the sport alive as other tracks disappear. And it is therefore much sadness that the world is passing back in the event. It's very indeed that today's meeting is an all-back affair, because that is what started Cyril's love affair with the sport, following the Xmas track. And the fact that it's out there at the same time, obviously groups and using colours and numbers. So one of Cyril's around display. It's often used term, these sorts of occasions, to refer to someone as a character, that's very access for who Cyril was. Never thought an opinion that would come back. Quite often relates to the past, the catalogue of stories, conversations, that often lead with laughter, smiles all around. You will be assured so exercise, phrases and goals around the most. Family was not part of the civil life of everyone away from the track. It would be very much a family affair when the track was being ready for social meeting. And as the years progressed, of course, the biggest supporter of Charlie, who's leading things here today, as Charlie himself became one of the biggest stock car drivers in the country. And then recently, a generation of Whitfields took to the track, Cyril moved on with interest in driving. And it was last stop with Cyril's family friends made a big connection, so we gave him a tremendous send-off just a couple of short weeks ago. Whilst the Celtic provides less than attending his beloved track in the latter months of his life, his legacy was as well forever be present here in the track that he built and loved. And he was surely up there with Gale and everyone of the stories setting the world to right on that great beautiful oval track in the sky. So similar to the missing is the you, and with no apologies for the line delay in the words which were used at his funeral, which summed it up so well. It was his track, his rules, and I couldn't like them. So now, we play some music that is played at house Mr. Barford Raceway. First race of the day.
was the winner for that heat, first heat, junior bangers. So this is the back to basic banger. See, they've still got dashboards in them. I'll record this heat. First heat for those. I'm sure if we've split the cars, we'll get all comers later on, which I'll record. I think you split the pack, so there's quite a lot of them on anyway. And as I say, later on I'll get the full heat with all the cars. But I'll record this first one. I'm not sure if there's a second with the race format, if it's still going to be race 2 with half the pack, or either way I'll get all this one anyway. Split the pack, so it's half the cars. there, 6 jag gears in this. We've got this for these two. That was something. They're just making sure the driver's okay. There's the CBB fight, so I got that on the film for you. Hope that came home well. So that's what I like to see. Everybody okay and everybody enjoying it. Check with the drivers, they're all good. So that's it.
Love it! Hey, I wasn't even trying to hit that one. Oh, no, I hope you would! I hope you did! I did, I was trying to turn. Lovely. That's good. Yes! Oh!
Yes, we sure not fucking you, it was coming. I just got fucked, so I was like,
Good one. Yeah, got it on film. Brilliant. Nice one. Good. Yeah, that was the Rover V8, the Jaguar V8. That looks the all race again. That Volvo's pretty solid. That was the winner. Solid cars, the Volvos. That was the winner for this heat. 886.
I bought shit out of the you'd have to probably like this is the first time happening. That's what we're going to drive inside it.
Just looking at the guy with the race wall stuff, that's Kildon-Beath race wall. I usually refer to that as the race wall because it's got the wall around the circuit. Whereas most of them just have the arm go like this. It's probably just down here on volunteering to do the Barford as well. It's a good 150 mile away, but I think that's the first one south border. It's the most northern white one in England, Barford Raceway, I think. So it's probably just here I give them a hand for the big event, I'm guessing anyway. It's hundreds of miles apart, but it's still the closest compared to some of the others. There's a lot of tracks in England, but this will be the most northerly one, I would think. And Kildon-Beath will be the one that will come to next in Scotland. And then Lochgelly is just 2 miles north of Kildon-Beath. And then Crimmon Raceway, which is nicknamed the North Pole, that's about 100 mile. Well, that's 100 mile for Dundee, but that's the up north, between Peterhead and Fraserburgh. The Crimmon one, Mr T 174, that's their raceway, home raceway up at Crimmon's Raceway. So they'll be on this next year. I think this is their limited ones. James will be on this, 687, I think he'll be in this heat. I'll record it anyway, so.
people for helping. Jack Dean's the fastest runner we know.
Unlimited bangers. American car. That's 274 the Hertz. Cremant. Mr. T's Hertz. Cremant Raceway. Limousine as well. I think it's half numbers on this one. decimated the hearse. Mr. T's 274 hearse is obliterated. It's just kept piling in. Some hits and that. And the young car got battered as well. Like. The big American young tank car's got rammed with the Volvo a couple of times. And as I say, the hearse is just totally decimated. Don't think that'll be going out. Unfortunately, I think that'll be it for that one. Yeah, I don't think the hearse will be going out again somehow, because the rear wheel drive means the prop shaft will be completely buckled. There won't be any drive to the rear wheels on it, so Barnard giving the medal away to one of someone there. Probably in the crowd, kids or something. Half of the unlimited bangers. Like there's no oil in this engine. This engine sounds like there's absolutely no oil in it. So that engine will probably seize up quite soon, I reckon. I don't think there's oil in it at all. It sounds very dry to me. Could be wrong, but it just sounds like I'd imagine it would sound like without oil. I don't think there's a drop of oil in that engine, it just does not sound too good. I reckon it'll probably seize up in the first few heats. I could be wrong, it might just be a very, very unhealthy engine, but that's what I'd imagine it would sound like if it was completely dry oil. So it could be a burst sump or something, I don't know, it doesn't sound very good. But let's see what else comes out. circuit of all the heats. There's going to be more, obviously. I'll get the records, but that's like one of each of the classes that I've got. So some of you look in the pit, see what's doing. I'm going to speak to some of the pilots. There's one that I know, the Jameses. So it stretches all the way up there, but I'm not going to have a lot of time to go up there. I'm going to go to hit the toilet, get back to the track side and record some more footage. Turbo. Closer view, but yeah, Hondas. Sort of random footage of the junior buyers again. So it's their second heat, so we'll just get a wee bit of footage from this angle. There's plenty more races to come, so.
Down there, but the All limited bangers eligible.
So the limited bangers come out onto track for the Christmas Blitz finale in memory this year of Mr. Barford's Whitfield, so we'll get as many of these cars out on track for the big Christmas Blitz. Thank you.
The race wall actually. To be the same commentator.
Filmed across all the tracks in England. That's a banger final coming up.
Like I was saying, I think this is some sort of connection with the race wall. There's a commentator, the same commentator. This is going to be the big one, the big Christmas Blitz. Unlimited bangers.
Here's race winners, Joey Reynolds and Harry Gelsop. The Christmas Blitz of 2025. Jan Dinkovic, Jack Star in second, the cars go right down the home straight. Got a spinner down here, so go right in, it's going to be that way. Cars getting pummeled down on the entry to the back straight. It's really pulling back to the left here, to the home straight. As 526 goes spinning around. So it's Gary Strap and one winner leading the way. Flats is into second tier in the early stages of this one in 459. So regards to this, it's 110 leads the way. 59 for 123 Jack Reynolds and 360 and the race leaders go to up there. That's about 3 minutes of the race leader looks like. So 1, 2, 3 leading. 6 goes around for the second time in this race. That's 1, 2, 3 Kieran Gray leading down the back straight. Link Parks and 459 up into second place. Trying to close the gap as the fire straight off, it is 760 across the line.
Hell, that was something. Had the fire went by us and stood off there right above my head. Usually blew it away, I had to cover my ears. There's quite a lot of hits in that fire either.
So it was 123 seconds, 760. Joe Reynolds, Christmas Blitz winner of 2025, but 5:26. Jack Dickovich claiming third place.
Something that. So they've still got the Demolition Derby later, they've got the all-comers event for the Back to Basics and all-comers for the junior bangers as well. Let's have a wee look around the pitch. So James was saying that the engines on this has been pushed right back into the bulkhead, so it's killed for tonight. I don't think it'll go out again. Well, it'll not go out again tonight, but it will go out again for another meeting. It'll live another day, but just not in this meeting. So they put in a bit of a show nonetheless. So yeah, that's So I went there for 2 heats, nonetheless. So, James was saying they'll try and get it repaired and back out again for another heat. Probably the World Cup bangers at Kilton Beef. That's in May this year. So. I should say May next year, May 2026. It's nearly the end of this year. A lovely example of one of the road going cars. There's plenty of them on the track. That's a proper good classic example of what they were like when they were road going.
Does that ceiling stuff? Well, Dan said to me,
Let's Charger XJ6. Nice machine there. Powerful machine. Junior bangers, just a wee sample of them. I recorded the first scene for those. Small micro.
Driving well as well, and normally on the outside of 112 there, heading down the back straight. Normally comes in with the tap on the back of 112 and takes himself out to the plating as well. So early prestige lives another day. Managing to withstand that challenge as cars clearing the track blockage up there, including Charlie Rossi. And 08 managing to blast his way through as the race leader gets caught up on the inside, slipping policeman as more knocks and bangs go in. flag is at the ready. The red flags and checkers and reds come out then with 112 taking the check on the drivers who's stuck up there on turn number 3. But a dramatic finish then to the junior banger racing this afternoon. Huge thank you to all the junior banger racers.
So that was the junior bangers that were on there, that was our final. So I'll get the back to basics and the unlimited destruction derby, I'll get all that for this. That's a typical example of what the Ford Focus looks like when it's just in the road going its normal condition. And then you've got the Vauxhall Corsa as well. So that's the sort of typical Ford Focus design there. And there's plenty of those here today in the banger racing. Cars like that. Something stuff that's fitted on that car. And that looks like there might be cars that are waiting to get converted into the bangers, I don't know, can't say, but it's sort of the caravan banger race, that's the typical type of caravans you use, and the Ford Focus car as well that you saw. It's sort of the same model, well, same model. It's a Mark 1 Focus. So it's sort of like a miscellaneous bit in this area here. So it seems like that banger is actually just going out there just to be hit. It's actually took out on the tractor. It's just sat at the corner there. I think that's just the sitting duck. It's 119, the Astra Mark 4. So I've smashed it. I think that's just going to be a sitting duck, that car. Because it doesn't drive, right? It was taken out and just put there. This is the DD for there and the back to basic bangers. Completely no power in that car. It's just sat there to be sitting duck. Good, so I'll be almost certain that the car's going to plough at the back of that. That's the whole reason it's out there. That's the only reason I can think of, because it doesn't run. It's just sat there. Destruction derby, so.
Destruction derby side of things for a bit of fun at that point. So there will be a race, standard race legs, so 10 laps of the raceway for the back to basic banger, all colours, and then once that is concluded, the destruction derby will let it rip if that's not the way that the race will go anyway, as we saw in the earlier heats, not always. Treacherous, and it's Simon Junior and Treble 8 who leads the field off. I did say they were beginning to learn as just a minute there and took one just as I said so. Still Treble 8 leading the way from 131 in second. That's Mitchell Swainson. Swainson on the outside line. Treble 8 takes to the front. Has had a good afternoon racing so far, a win and a second place finish in the Christmas final. So it's Treble 8, 131, and here comes 664 going into contention. Danny Nuttall up and into second, challenging for the lead as they head onto the back straight. Managing to avoid the cars that have come together here near the side of top row. Still Simon Junior holding on out in front, but Danny Nuttall now on the bumper. And Junior's gone around, but is he going to take Nuttall into the plating with him? That was almost a danger. Nuttall coming back and just chaos reigns behind. Nuttall managing to reclaim the lead there. on top in that one. The cars raced down the back straight. 664 leading the way, 131 in that second place. So Nuttall it is leading the way, Swenson in second. Cars go sliding onto the infield. Knocks it back around the raceway, but it's Danny Nuttall still leading. 131 in second, Triple Eight now nursing a damaged car. Andrew Turpin also looking to break into the top three here as they head on to the back straight. And Turpin it is, claims that third place. Although Challenge comes back in. Doesn't end well for the challenger who goes thumping into the plating. 5-1-5 Christmas Blitz winner. He's up and into first, Jay Ewan. As more cars go sliding onto the infield, collects one of our poor DD runners. So fast and furious stuff as Danny Nuttall heads onto the back straight. 131 tries to keep the car out of the places into the field. Promotes Turpin up to third. Michael Swenson delayed there as he rattled into one of the back markers, and once again that pit bend proving rather troublesome for much of the field. So it's Nuttall leading down the back straight in comfortable fashion. Turpin still being chased by 515 Jay Ewan. Turpin delays some back markers here, but Ewan likewise finding the more tough. They've all got into the pile-up, including Turpin, so that leaves 515 running in second. And 69 Scott Smith will be the other driver filling the top three, but it's Nuttall who comes into the home straight. The lap board's counting down. Second, you think got the Jamie Saxton car 74, but we have lost time earlier. So Scott Smith at 69 behind him. Not too many runners and riders going to make it to the conclusion of the all-comers, but then went to the Destruction Derby part of the fun. It's Danny Nuttall who takes the all-comers victory then. As the floor comes round and the green flag going to come out to indicate the start of the Destruction Derby, and the drivers on centre now joining in the fun. You'll have some of the drivers in the all-comers choosing to retire. But it's the last car running down. It's Danny Nuttall, one of those who the last one running. Still going. 18 to 6. Stopping some of these cars. 'Dispatched into the playoff at tip number 2. And we've got a chaser close. Top outfield into the infield fence. Scott Smith at 69 managing to dispatch one of his opposition. Mitchell Swenson and 131. The car Metro Suites and piles into one of the cars on turn 2 there. Scott Smith and then also got 179 there, Bobby Balls. Scott Smith's race looks done. Well, it certainly is now. It's one of the airbags go off in the 715 machine also of Pete Johnson. That ends Pete's race. His cars including, oh, big hit from Julian, where collects Andrew Topham as well. Topham continues on his way. Thumbs go up and down there. The 69 gets rattled in as well just to join in the fun. Got a train of cars heading down into turn 1 there. The back to basic banger destruction derby living up to its billing. And we're down to 3 or 4 and we've got the red flags out. Just going to bring things to a halt to check one of the drivers down there. So we are going to check on one of the drivers. May have drops on the resumption of the destruction derby. Yep, we've got 4 cars still going. Topham sends his nearest 4 into spin. GU still going as well, and all of this. Topham's now decided to go anti-clockwise, as they've all decided to do in 293. Kevin Hewitt also. Ewan deals with one of his opposition as Topham goes in for the hit on Hewitt, so it could well be down to Ewan and Topham. Here comes 515, has put in plenty of big hits here already in this destruction derby. You can see his opposition. Hewitt takes to the infield. Topham crawls down the back straight. And so 293 and 886 are going to meet somewhere as Ewan turns it around as well. There could be a sandwich crunch coming up here. And there we are, and here comes Ewan. Here he goes. Good stuff from 515. And is the 515 or 886 car going to get moving? Andrew Topham and 886 still got a bit of movement. And 886, it looks like still a bit of life in that car. If J. Ewan can't get it out of the back of that Hewitt machine. And I think it is going to be 886. Andrew Topham declared the race destruction derby winner. It was Danny Nuttall, the winner of the all colours. A great round of applause there from the space to come.
So that's the back to basic banger destruction derby. We've got unlimited destruction derby as well, unlimited bangers. So I'll record that race too. That's the last race of the afternoon.
So if you're diving off,
I went off on it. The winner for the race, and then the winner for the DD was that.
quickly as possible, and we'll bring on the big beasts, the unlimited bangers.
Let's just get to know each other slow.
airbags gone off on this as well, I think. It's disarmed. So I was speaking to one of the Barnard race drivers. I was wondering why they don't race Skoda Octavias and that. It's because primarily the Volkswagen Audi group cars, such as Octavia, have a lot of plastic on the front and the bolt on front and that, and it's not really, wouldn't fare too well in the crash because of that. So they tend to avoid racing the VW group cars, or certainly the later ones anyway. But yeah, the other thing is that some of the racewalk staff, like the commutator, and that's here because this is an exceptionally busy event, and I think they were just down here to give the Barford Raceway a hand. It's in the sort of like track you would come to if you were going north. Would be the racewalk Kilbeath. That's a local one because I just stay in Dundee 40 miles from it. Well, this is a good 200 mile drive, 230 mile drive for me. I've done really. It's been exceptionally busy. It's great turnouts, which is what I like. We all like that. It's great. So I'm going to record the last race of the day, which is the Unlimited Bangers and the Destruction Derby for it as well. So there's quite a bit in the pits going on at the moment, just to get the cars sort of prepared and whatnot. I'm going to get myself back to the track side again. So it's 4 o'clock. I've been here since 10:30. So I got here actually a wee bit earlier for once, beat most of the traffic. I got here in plenty of time before the races start. We've come up for 6 hours I've been here. But I'm loving it, it's brilliant. Like 2 weeks time there's the Civil War 26 down at Hednesford Hills Raceway, which I'll be going to. That's a good 350 mile drive from Dundee. It's just north of Birmingham, Hednesford Hills Raceway. But right now I don't want to be thinking of too much and just quite tired. It's quite a long day and I've still got a long drive back to Dundee today as well because I'm working in the morning, so yeah, big day. But I'm looking forward to the last race. I'll record that as I make my way back towards the track side. We're still clearing some of the bangers off the track from that heat. And the track is extremely slidey. Even just the entrance to the track is very slidey. It's mud, oil, petrol, coolant, whatnot. It's grease, transmission oil, differential, CV joint grease, all sorts of brake fluid and everything, power steering fluid. And that is a very slippery cocktail, as well as the cars going in the grass infield, which is unusual. I don't normally see that back home, but they allow it here, which is quite exciting. And that drags all the mud onto the track, making it very slippy. It all mixes in with all the car fluids and results in a very slippy track down at that corner where they're standing, where they're going to stand to get the footage of the crashes. Still clearing the track from that last heat there. Unlimited bangers come out for the final Destruction Derby.
Huge thank you to everyone for their attendance here.
So we're just about there, just waiting some more Unlimited bangers coming out.
So the quick goes together for the final. So limited bangers underway. Already cars going in all directions in the very early stages of this one. My cars heading down the back street down for the race left. Big hits playing, hits times. Thankyou jump into second place.
Beasleys as 760 Joey Reynolds. 526 in second place as the race leader 110 as Owen Steele goes straight across the grass. 77, one of the Beasley machines getting shoved out wide by 760 Joey Reynolds as 110 as Steele in 141. Looking for a victor. Almost, but not quite. To race 1 and 2, fighting it out. The next turns 3 and 4, 110 and 526. 526 lines that card to go straight. Oh, and Steele once again thought he was going to get the leader there. So Mirrors and then 110 still within striking distance as they come in. Oh, but Steele gets rattled into the head on. Q3 and 1, 2, 3, just hard to see another big hit from Flats in there. So the red flag comes out and flying as we check on, I think it's Dan Steele in 141 took an almighty hit there. So we'll check on the driver, we'll check on his
checking on the driver. The driver's okay, so that's good to get the race started again.
to get Flats as well, going okay, straight over to hits, so keen adversity. Into the lead of the time of the stoppage. Ricky Beasley playing around here, 760. Joey Reynolds is up and into the lead there. 760 Joey Reynolds afternoon racing in North East. 710 being car steering gear on home straight. So 760, 529 and then 110 looking to make a recovery with Harry Gelsthorpe and Flats at 459. Good progress up and past the 555 machine. Very skillful drivers, these unlimited banger warriors. Out wide of those, a couple of places to 459 and 555. 60 Joey Reynolds. By a star for many years, making a name for himself in the 2-litre so in stock car formula. Involved in that, unsurprisingly. That running in front from the girls that control the fire. Ricky Beasley goes to get it back, plus the checkered flag drops on 760, he takes the victory. Places 529 26 and 459 completion shot 3. We're now into the destruction derby phase, although something tells me we've had the best of that already. So he's going to take to the track for the destruction derby. Joey Reynolds is keeping that car to fight another race. As is 5 to 6, quite a lot of these drivers, the car's expensive, and Weasley's still out there at 67 and 77, and it could be between them. So one off take at the moment, and one at the home, so it's just a 3. We have some cars looking to join in the fray here, some cars looking around, and they're going to join the track though and actually into the DD event itself. As I say, been a pretty hefty, hectic race itself there, so not surprisingly not too many takers in the destruction derby, but there's money up for grabs in this one, so well worth the taking, but they are going to have to hit one another and not just circulate in poetic motion. So one runner is slowing on the back straight, and that leaves a target. Is it going to be taken? Yes it is. Too good an offer. 67 and 77. I think 2 of the runners, trying to see who the other one is. 510 still with some motion. This is all now happening up in turns 3 and 4, and yes, 510 managing to come back as they easily set about their opposition. 77 on the hunt of 510, who's slowed once again, and 67 also still rolling. So 510 gets ahead. There's another rattle, turns the 510 machine around. 67 and 77 still going. Here's another warrior down into the home straight. 23 Kieran Gray, who gets rattled up the rear by 77, and the 1-2-3 car still looks like it's going. Ricky Beasley at 67 turns the car around. He's going to come in for an attack. So 1-2-3 trying to get traction on the infield as 67 comes in with a hit. So thumbs go up, driver's okay, and it looks like it could be down to 67 and 77, keeping it in the family, but one of them's got to take it. And that 77 car's took a hammer and a battering all day and has just kept on coming back for more. Down the back straight, 67 and 77. And we're down to the final 2. Paxton goes in for another attempt, but Ricky's got goes in and hits 710, main machine, 67 and 77 here to the home straight. In front of the starters rostrum, they miss. And who is 67 on the hunt for now? 77 and 67 do need to battle this out, although 77 may well have just decided to retire. And if that's it, it is going to be Ricky Beasley and 67, your Destruction Derby winner this afternoon. So a huge thank you to all the Unlimited Banger drivers for their entertainment, to the Back to Basic Banger drivers and the Junior Banger drivers for their support and attendance here today. To your fellow drivers and to the Barford Raceway.
later, give it a shoulder trim, a decent time given all the action on the track. So from all of us here at Barford, we wish you a very happy new year when it comes, and see you back here on the 15th of March for season 2026 when it gets underway proper. For all of us here, it's a very good afternoon and goodbye.
So that's 4:45, it's over 6 hours I've been here. Quite tired now. I've got a long drive back to Dundee, so nothing I can't handle. Look, I enjoyed myself and I'll get this video made, put on my channel as soon as I can. So I'll get a nice coffee and then I'll just pretty much round the video off. It's a long set, it's got a long drive, but I'm not going to wait in the queue. I'll wait till the traffic dies down a bit, then I'll go. So I'll show you how busy it is. So it's queued up quite a considerable bit. It's queued up all the way in, parked somewhere over there. This is the pit area, but I've got enough footage in the pits, and obviously I've still got that long drive back home to Dundee, so I'm going to finish this coffee and then I'll head off once this traffic's died down a bit. So I'll just round off the video now. It's been a long day. Enjoyed myself, big turnout, massive hits. Hope I get the video put up as soon as I can. And yeah, it was brilliant. First time I've been here in 20 years anyway. But, yeah. So I'll just drink this, wait till it dies down a bit and then I'll get it going. Okay, so hope you enjoyed the video. See you also put up my channel and thanks so much. Okay, bye for now.